Rose of Avalanche seem to be one of those bands who are continually compared to bands like Sisters of Mercy or The Mission. So I caught up with a couple of members and asked them what they thought about this.
Do a lot of comparisons to certain Leeds bands, yeah.
Do you think it is just because the whole Leeds thing, or?
I think that's probably got a lot to do with it, yeah. I get the feeling that a lot of journalists look at the audience first, and if there's a majority of a certain kind of people there, they will say that, okay, I don't like to have to say this, but the Rose of Avalanche are a goth band. As far as I'm concerned, maybe in the very early days, possibly, but certainly not now.
Do you not see yourselves as a goth band? How do you see yourselves? How do you see the Rose of Avalanche?
We're a rock band. Plain and simple, you know. I mean, that's the kind of music that we all like. I mean, I'd like somebody to explain to me what a goth is.
If somebody said to me Rose of Avalanche, I'd immediately think, oh, goth band.
Yeah.
I would think goth band, even though you are, say, a rock band as well, in comparison to a lot of bands. But do you not ever sort of step back and think about what the audience thinks? Do they see you as goth bands? Do you get goths coming to your gigs and stuff because they think you're a goth band?
And I think, going back to what you said earlier on, that is part and parcel of coming from Leeds, because of the Sisters of Mercy and the Mission, and to a certain extent bands like the Lorries.
But you get bands like The Wedding Present coming from Leeds as well, so they're not goth bands.
They can't even remotely put us in the same category as The Wedding Present.
I know that, but I mean, they're from Leeds, so you shouldn't say all Leeds bands are goth bands.
It does seem to be, you know, they have categories, and if they can squeeze you in, they will do.
Do you ever feel that it's in any way sort of childlike to want to sort of like stomp around on stage and show off and stuff?
Of course, it's the most facile thing to do in the world, but it's a good laugh.
Why are you doing it ultimately? Is it like a big showing off thing or what?
I don't know, I think it starts off, doesn't it?
We were accused a long time ago of being stagnant on stage, and we were told you've got to move around or else people won't be excited. So we tried to move around, but it felt wrong. I mean, and I think it comes across, you know, if you feel stupid on stage, it comes across to the audience. And we decided in the end that really the best way to do it is just to do whatever you want at the time. I think it's childish if people do it because they think they have to.
What
move in a particular way because they think that if they don't, then people aren't going to appreciate them as a live band. You know that nice tingly feeling you get down your back when you hear a really good record that you really like? To be able to do that to people, I think, is my ultimate aim. To be involved in something that does that thing, and have lots of money.
And that's the main thing, isn't it? That is the main thing, to have lots of money. Don't deny it.
Well, I've never had
no, I mean the nice thing about money is when you've got it, it all becomes a lot easier to tour and things like that. I mean, we've toured in some horrible positions in backs of vans, etc., etc. And it doesn't do your health any good. I don't care what anybody says, it doesn't. And I used to be a firm believer that, you know, before I ever joined a band, that these guys were saying, oh, it's so hard when you're on tour, they were just griping, you know, but it is, because 90% of the day you're doing absolutely sod all. You know, you're sat in a van or sat in a dressing room, and it can get ridiculously boring, and you can become very lethargic if you're not careful.
Is being in a band exactly what you expected, or not at all?
Not at all. No. It totally shook me when I did the first tour. I went off my rocker. You know, I couldn't handle it at all, and it was awful.
Right.
I hated it. I just hated the whole circus, you know. Here, there, you know.
Are you serious
up and down the
now?
motorways. Yeah, quite honestly, I didn't like it at all. I was doing some very silly things at the time.
And in what way?
Drugs, which are available whether you like it or not, and I tried it out. I felt, you know, you're in a rock band, you've got to live up to the image. You soon learn your lesson, definitely. So you either drop dead, run a trout farm somewhere and disappear and get into Buddhism, or come to terms with the only way that your body can cope with doing it.
Rose of Avalanche there. Now, featured album of the week comes from the Darling Buds. The album's entitled Pop Said. Here's a track, Hit the Ground.